Welcome to my channel. Before you do anything else, make one promise to yourself. Do not leave this video halfway, because the next few minutes could completely change the way you think, the way you make decisions, and the way you shape your future. Imagine looking back 1 year from today and realizing that one simple decision to change your mindset completely transformed your life. Imagine becoming more confident, more disciplined, more focused, and more successful than you ever believed possible. That future is not reserved for the smartest people, the richest people, or the luckiest people. It belongs to those who learn how to think differently. Stay with me until the very end because the final lesson connects everything together, and missing it could mean missing the one idea that changes your life forever. Every successful person you admire once stood exactly where you are today. They had doubts, fears, failures, and obstacles. The difference was not talent. The difference was the way they trained their minds. Success always begins with a thought, then a decision, then a habit, and finally a completely different life. Today, you will discover the 4 powerful habits that separate successful people from everyone else. These habits are simple enough for anyone to practice, yet powerful enough to change your future if you apply them consistently. So remove every distraction, open your mind, and let's begin. The first habit is learning to think beyond today. Most people make decisions based on what feels comfortable at the moment. They choose entertainment instead of education, comfort instead of discipline, and instant rewards instead of long-term success. Successful people understand something that many others never realize. Every decision they make today is creating the life they will live tomorrow. Because of this, they stop asking what feels easiest and begin asking what creates the best future. Before making an important decision, they pause for a moment and ask themselves one powerful question. Will this choice move me closer to the person I want to become? That single question changes the direction of their lives. It reminds them that every action matters, even the smallest one. Reading a few pages today may not seem important, but after 1 year, it becomes dozens of books filled with knowledge. Exercising for 30 minutes every day may not produce visible results immediately, but after several months, it creates better health, greater confidence, and more energy. Saving a small amount of money every month may seem insignificant, yet over time it becomes financial security. Learning one useful skill every day opens opportunities that many people never experience because they stop improving too early. Successful people understand that greatness is never built in one day. It is built through thousands of small choices repeated consistently over time. They never underestimate the power of daily habits because they know habits create destiny. While other people wait for perfect opportunities, successful people quietly prepare themselves. They study when nobody is watching, they practice when others are resting, they improve their character, strengthen their discipline, and develop valuable skills long before success becomes visible. This is why they often appear lucky. What people call luck is usually years of preparation hidden behind the scenes. They understand that opportunities are created long before they arrive. When the right moment finally appears, they are ready because they have already invested countless hours improving themselves. Many people only notice the reward, but they never see the preparation behind it. They see the success, but not the sacrifices. They see the confidence, but not the years of self-doubt that had to be overcome. They see the achievements, but not the discipline that made those achievements possible. Successful people know that every meaningful goal requires patience. They refuse to become discouraged simply because results do not appear immediately. They understand that real growth often happens quietly, beneath the surface, just like the roots of a tree growing deep into the ground before anyone can see, the branches reaching toward the sky. Every day they continue moving forward, trusting that their consistent effort will eventually produce extraordinary results. Another powerful characteristic of successful people is that they protect their time with great care. They understand that every hour wasted is an opportunity that can never be recovered. Instead of filling their days with endless distractions, they focus on activities that help them grow. They choose learning over laziness, discipline over comfort, and progress over excuses. This does not mean they never rest. It means they rest with purpose instead of escaping from responsibility. They know that balance is important, but they never allow comfort to become an obstacle to their dreams. Every day becomes another chance to improve, even if the improvement is small. They celebrate progress because they understand that small victories create unstoppable momentum. One good habit leads to another, one positive decision inspires the next, and over time, those small actions create a completely different future. Successful people also learn to control their emotions instead of allowing their emotions to control them. There will always be days when motivation disappears. There will be moments of doubt, frustration, and disappointment. During those moments, ordinary people often quit because they believe their feelings should decide their actions. Successful people understand that feelings change, but commitment remains. They continue working even when they do not feel like it because they know discipline is far more reliable than motivation. Motivation may inspire you to begin, but discipline is what helps you finish. Every time they choose discipline over comfort, they strengthen their character. Every difficult decision becomes another step toward becoming the person they dream of being. They also understand that comparing themselves with others only steals joy and slows progress. Instead of measuring their lives against someone else's success, they compare themselves with the person they were yesterday. Their goal is not to become better than everyone else. Their goal is to become better than their previous self. Even one small improvement each day eventually creates remarkable change. A person who improves by just 1% every single day becomes dramatically stronger, wiser, and more capable over time. This mindset removes unnecessary pressure and replaces it with steady, meaningful progress. Successful people know that mistakes are not signs of failure. Mistakes are signs that they are learning, growing, and trying something new. Every mistake teaches a lesson that success alone could never teach. Instead of becoming embarrassed by failure, they become curious about it. They ask themselves what went wrong, what they can improve, and how they can avoid repeating the same mistake in the future. This attitude transforms setbacks into valuable experiences that prepare them for greater opportunities. They never waste failure because they understand that every lesson learned today increases their chances of succeeding tomorrow. Most importantly, they believe their future is not decided by luck or circumstances. It is created by the thoughts they choose, the habits they build, and the actions they repeat every single day. That belief gives them hope even during difficult seasons because they know every positive choice is another investment in the life they want to build. This first habit, thinking beyond today, is the foundation of every lasting success because the future you dream about is built one decision, one habit, and one day at a time. The third habit of successful people is taking complete responsibility for their lives. This habit separates those who continue growing from those who remain trapped in the same place year after year. Many people spend their lives blaming bad luck, difficult circumstances, their past, other people, or opportunities they never received. Every excuse may feel reasonable, but none of them creates progress. Successful people understand a powerful truth. They cannot control everything that happens to them, but they can always control how they respond. That simple realization changes everything. Instead of asking, "Why is this happening to me?" they ask, "What can I do today to improve my future?" Instead of waiting for someone else to change their situation, they become responsible for changing it themselves. They know responsibility is not a burden. It is freedom because the moment they accept responsibility, they also gain the power to create change. Every day becomes another opportunity to make better choices, develop stronger habits, and move one step closer to the life they want. They never waste time wishing life were easier. Instead, they focus on becoming stronger. They understand that every challenge is preparing them for greater responsibilities ahead. Another important habit they develop is self-discipline. They know motivation feels exciting, but it never lasts forever. Some mornings they wake up feeling inspired, while other mornings they feel tired, discouraged, or uncertain. Instead of allowing emotions to decide whether they will work toward their goals, they allow discipline to guide them. They create routines that keep them moving forward, regardless of how they feel. They wake up with purpose, manage their time carefully, complete their most important tasks first, and avoid distractions that steal valuable hours. They know consistency creates results, and consistency only exists when discipline becomes stronger than temporary emotions. Successful people also understand that every mistake contains a valuable lesson. They never allow failure to destroy their confidence because they know failure is part of growth. Whenever they make a mistake, they refuse to blame others or make excuses. Instead, they honestly examine what happened, identify the lesson, and make improvements before trying again. This habit allows them to improve faster than people who spend their energy defending their failures instead of learning from them. Every setback becomes another teacher. Every challenge becomes another classroom. Every difficult experience becomes another opportunity to become wiser and stronger. Successful people also protect the quality of their thinking. They understand that negative thoughts eventually become negative decisions. That is why they avoid constant complaining, unnecessary arguments, and environments filled with negativity. Instead, they fill their minds with books, educational content, inspiring conversations, and ideas that encourage growth. They know their thoughts shape their beliefs influence their actions, and their actions create their future. They also refuse to chase perfection because they understand perfection does not exist. Waiting for perfect conditions often becomes another excuse for never beginning. Instead, they focus on becoming slightly better every day. Even a 1% improvement may seem small today, but after weeks, months, and years, those improvements become extraordinary. They celebrate progress instead of demanding perfection because they know success is built through patience. Another lesson successful people follow is choosing the right people to learn from. They spend time with individuals who inspire them, challenge them, and encourage them to grow. Positive people help them believe that bigger goals are possible. They understand that the people around them influence their habits, attitudes, and ambitions. By surrounding themselves with growth minded individuals, they create an environment that supports success instead of limiting it. Every conversation becomes an opportunity to learn something new. Every relationship becomes another source of wisdom and encouragement. They remain humble enough to learn from anyone who has valuable experience. Most importantly, successful people understand that personal growth never ends. No matter how much they achieve, they continue learning, improving, and challenging themselves. They know today's success should never become tomorrow's comfort zone. There is always another skill to develop, another habit to strengthen, another lesson to learn, and another goal to pursue. By accepting responsibility for every decision, practicing discipline every day, learning from every mistake, protecting their mindset, and committing themselves to continuous improvement, they gradually build a future that reflects their highest potential. They understand that extraordinary success is not created by extraordinary luck. It is created by ordinary people making extraordinary decisions consistently, one day at a time, until those decisions completely transform their lives. The fourth and final habit of successful people is that they never stop learning and they never allow failure to define their future. They understand that success is not a destination where growth comes to an end. It is a lifelong journey of learning, improving, adapting, and becoming a better version of themselves every single day. Many people believe that education ends when they leave school or earn a degree, but successful people know that real learning never stops. Every book they read, every conversation they have, every challenge they overcome, and every mistake they make teaches them something valuable. They remain curious because they understand that knowledge is one of the few investments that always increases in value. Money can be lost, businesses can fail, jobs can change, and opportunities may disappear. But the knowledge, wisdom, and skills they develop remain with them forever. That is why they dedicate time every single day to learning something new. They read books that expand their thinking, listen to educational podcasts, study successful people, and constantly search for ideas that help them become wiser and more capable. They understand that small lessons learned consistently create remarkable advantages over time. Another habit that separates successful people from everyone else is the way they respond to failure. Most people fear failure because they believe it proves they are not good enough. Successful people see failure from a completely different perspective. They understand that failure is not the opposite of success. Failure is one of the greatest teachers on the road to success. Every mistake provides feedback. Every setback reveals an area that can be improved. Every disappointment teaches patience, resilience, and determination. Instead of asking, "Why did I fail?" they ask, "What can I learn from this experience?" That single question transforms pain into progress. They know that nearly every successful entrepreneur, athlete, inventor, artist, and leader experienced rejection, criticism, disappointment, and failure before achieving greatness. The only difference is that they refused to quit. They learned from every setback, adjusted their strategy, improved their skills, and continued moving forward with greater wisdom than before. Successful people also understand that fear is a natural part of growth. They do not wait for fear to disappear before taking action because they know courage is not the absence of fear. Courage is moving forward even when fear is present. Every challenge they accept builds confidence. Every difficult decision makes them stronger. Every obstacle they overcome prepares them for greater opportunities in the future. Instead of allowing fear to control their lives, they use it as proof that they are stepping outside their comfort zone and becoming stronger than they were yesterday. Another powerful habit is valuing time more than temporary pleasure. They understand that time is the most valuable resource they will ever have, because once it passes, it can never be recovered. Money can be earned again, but time cannot. That is why they choose to spend their days wisely. They focus on meaningful work, healthy habits, strong relationships, personal growth, and actions that move them closer to their goals. They avoid distractions that consume hours without adding value to their future. They also choose their environment carefully because they know the people around them influence their thoughts, habits, confidence, and decisions. They spend time with people who encourage growth, inspire discipline, and believe in continuous improvement. Positive relationships help them stay motivated during difficult seasons and remind them that success is possible for anyone willing to remain patient and consistent. Most importantly, successful people never stop believing in their ability to improve. They understand that talent may provide a starting point, but dedication, discipline, persistence, and continuous learning determine how far they will go. They never compare themselves with someone else's journey because they know every person has a different path and a different timeline. Instead, they compare themselves with the person they were yesterday and focus on becoming slightly better every single day. Those small improvements eventually create extraordinary results that others mistake for luck. Remember the 4 powerful habits you have learned in this video. Think beyond today and make decisions that build a better future. Focus on solutions instead of problems. Take complete responsibility for your life instead of making excuses. Never stop learning and always treat failure as a lesson instead of an ending. If you practice these habits every single day, your mindset will become stronger, your confidence will continue growing, and your future will become brighter than you ever imagined. Thank you for watching this video. If these lessons inspired you, don't keep them to yourself. Share this video with someone who needs encouragement today. Subscribe to the channel for more motivational content, and remember that your greatest success begins the moment you decide to improve yourself one thought, one habit, and one action at a time. Your future is waiting for you, and the best time to begin creating that future is today. Keep believing in yourself, keep learning, keep growing, and never stop moving forward, because every great achievement begins with one small decision to become better than you were yesterday.